So this kid comes home from school, little guy, and he yells, "Honey, I'm home! Sugar, I'm home! Chocolate, I'm home! Ice cream, I'm home!" Anyway, I thought you'd want to know that. Hey, I have written several children's books, partly because I never quite managed to grow up myself. It's hard to write without letting some of your own childhood leak onto the pages. My boyhood was rich with mischief and adventure and older brothers who sometimes paid me real money to get lost. They did. They were far wiser than I, so when I wrote The Adventures of Jake, the older brother Jake was a composite of my brothers who made me laugh and sometimes helped me out of a jam. Have you ever needed wisdom to get out of a jam? I suspect you have. Here's how one of these kids' books begins. Next to Christmas, my favorite time of the year is summer. I love going barefoot. I love having sleepovers. I love finding bugs to put in my brother Jake's shoes. You'd like my brother. He eats weird things like eggs, and he has a brain the size of a hot air balloon. Jake can tell you things you never knew, and he gets us out of tight spots all the time. On the last day of school, I didn't know what to do. My teacher, Mr. Pickle, said my math marks weren't adding up. He said that if I didn't want to spend 6 years in 4th grade, I had better study for the final exam until my head hurt, and so I did. Our last test of the year was open book. Mr. Pickle said we could bring our textbook to class or anything else we could carry into the classroom to help us on the test. A book full of answers is no good if you don't understand the questions, and my computer was too heavy to bring along. So the night before the test, I asked my brother Jake what I should do. "I've got it," he said, and he did. His answer made me drift off to sleep with a big fat grin on my face. The grin was still there at breakfast, and it wouldn't go away on the bus ride to school. The grin kept spreading when it came time for the test, and it was wider than a door jamb when I went into the hall to pick something up. You should have heard Mr. Pickle laugh. The students laughed too. It was not easy, but I made it through the door with my big brother Jake on my back. Next year, I get to go to 5th grade. Well, that's from Jake and the Super Scary Sleepover. Well, I did make it to 5th grade. Thank you. Thank you. I really did. Honest, I did. And I even made it a little further than that. Many times I've longed for wisdom during the tests of life. Somewhere around 5th grade, my dad bribed me to read the book of Proverbs in the Bible. 100 things stuck with me. Just 4 come to mind right now. I think they can help us establish a solid foundation in life. The first is Proverbs 9:10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. This means showing Him the reverence and obedience He deserves as creator and sustainer of it all. Fear God, and there's nothing else to fear. The second is Proverbs 21:23. Those who guard their mouths and their tongues keep themselves from calamity. How true. You'll meet few people in trouble who say, "I should have talked more." The third is Proverbs 18:24. One who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Build bridges rather than walls in life. And number 4, finally, Proverbs 3:5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Knowing we can trust God for the future brings great joy when worry and fear tug at our sleeve. Fear the Lord, guard your tongue, choose good friends, submit to God. Carrying such wisdom in your heart sure beats lugging your brother around on your back. Ow, man. Hey, I just want to thank you because every time you push the subscribe button, something really cool happens to me. And so, would you just push it, just now? Thank you. Oh, pizza. Thank you. Excellent. Pepperoni.